What's going on, guys? My name is Paul. This is Process Minted, the masterminds of packaging. Today I'm talking jewelry packaging. Whether you have a ring company or a bracelet or earrings or a necklace, how do you design a premium box for your business? So I'm gonna show you guys an example of a company I think is doing it quite right. They're actually doing a really inexpensive low version of their packaging, and they're doing a premium version of their packaging. So let's talk about the pros and cons of both and how you can do it for your own brand. The company I'm showing you guys today is called Rastaclat, and I'm a huge fan of the brand. I just think I love their overall message, which is seek the positive. Who can't get behind that? So I actually received one of their bracelets as a gift in this package, and then I'm gonna show you guys more of their premium box that I just ordered and received today in the mail. So I received this as a gift. Everybody who really knows me knows I'm a huge Utah Jazz fan. In fact,
oh my gosh, honey. Oh my gosh. Stop. Why?
Oh my gosh.
Such a weirdo. But I love him anyway.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know if there's a bigger Jazz fan out there than myself. I live and die Utah Jazz. A really simple offering. You know, this was purchased at a retail store, but sometimes when you receive a bracelet from Rastaclat, it comes like this, and sometimes it comes in a premium box for their box collection. But you can see there's nothing special here, right? This is like a 10, 15 cent card here that is gonna be die cut and the bracelet's just placed on, right? So I'm just gonna take it off this. And you know, so I was thinking to myself, okay, so this is how a lot of their bracelets come, in this just simple thing with a plastic sleeve over it. And it just pops right on, and it's got my Utah Jazz logo, my team colors, and then it's got the Rastaclat logo on the other side of it. So, you know, they've got a collection of a lot of different sports teams and collections and special editions, but this brand I think they're doing a lot right. And the reason I think that Rastaclat is doing it right is because of they're not overspending on packaging when they don't have to, but they are building an opportunity to have an upscale version or a premium version or a special edition version, and they're doing that through packaging design. So got this in the mail. This is their little tagline here, right? Rather than a regular bubble wrap, they're just gonna put their brand on it, their logo on it, and it just makes it a little bit more special when you open that up. So I tore this open. I got my box here. We'll set that aside back here. A little branded card, Seek the Positive Foundation. I did read recently that they actually have a foundation. The reason I like this brand actually is the foundation that they set up late last year, late 2020, where they're contributing to a couple causes, you know, gender and race equality, and also mental health and personal development. So you can read all about that. I think it's seekthechange.org. is there, or seekthepositive.org, excuse me. Package comes in this box, and this box is more of a presentation, right? You can clearly see there's two different boxes here. Honestly, there's a big value when we're putting it in a premium box like this. The reasons a company like this or your company would put it in a plastic wrap is when it ships or when it stacks in case packs, when it's coming maybe from overseas or shipping in the US, it's gonna protect that box from getting dirty. So that's the reason for the extra plastic, I imagine. I thought I would go for a Team USA bracelet, and this is the box. So this is what is known as a telescope box with a flush lid to the base. And so this just pops off like you can see there. So this is pretty rigid. It's a nice box. This is like a $22 bracelet, $23 bracelet, but it comes in a nice box like this, right? So sometimes I often see bracelets or earrings or rings that are triple, quadruple, 10 times the cost come in a lesser presentation. So I think they're really nailing this presentation. And I have heard a lot of feedback on this channel, some of my previous videos, which I love. I love when you guys comment and give me some feedback, because I've heard some stuff about like, this is over packaging, this is a waste, this is just gonna get thrown directly in the garbage. And you guys are right? There's a case to be made about sustainability. And so I'm gonna actually touch on that at the end, how they can make this a little bit more sustainable. But there's a purpose here. I think that with your brand, if you're wanting to be more sustainable and use less waste with packaging, there's still a way to create an elevated level of presentation, but also make it more recyclable, more sustainable, better for the environment. For these guys, for example, this is a presentation, Team USA signature bracelet. They have a really nice, like this would really present well on a shelf in a store, right? Like you can take it out of the box, you can lean it up, and that's just gonna take your brand and elevated presentation up several notches. And that's what we're about, right? So they can have an elevated, maybe charge $5, $6, $7, $8 more for, they're not paying for packaging, although they are, but they're creating a separation for their brand. They're creating a little bit of like, okay, this is a limited edition series. This is a little bit more special. This is, limited time only. And I think you could do the same thing for your company. So if you have an earring brand, or if you're selling rings, right? Think about a way that you can use packaging and use presentation and design to really elevate a line. You might have a $20 item, but maybe you have a $35 item. The materials themselves may not be that much different in those earrings, but can you create packaging, a presentation, a kit, a box that really elevates that? I also saw recently on their website that they had a Valentine's, like his and hers, where it's like these two bracelets that come together and form a heart. And it comes in this like really cool box that you undo the sleeve, and it has like, two bracelets for a couple. Maybe one of them gives as a gift. So they're doing a lot with their promotional use stuff. And I think it's smart because it's, again, creating more opportunities for a second time buyer for a giftable experience and an elevated product. Again, same materials, but just different packaging. So this is like pedestal packaging, which I really like. I covered this in the world's best mug video, where I showed you guys the Ember mug and how it's like setting up on a pedestal, and how it's kind of like protruding out and really elevates the unbox and the reveal there. So a lot of times you see products that are sunk down inside, or even a bracelet like this, I see typically it might come with like a little cotton base and then the jewelry thrown inside and kind of loose in there. I love how this is tight and it's a presentation. The EVA foam has their logo that's debossed right on the front of that. I love how this just gives you a really clean look, right? They have different colors of EVA that they do. They do a black, they do various colors, but this is solid. And I think where they could go a little bit more sustainable is actually using a bit more sustainable material as far as the box itself, or recycled cardboard. This is paper over board, so you could print directly on a recycled cardboard. And then also you could do, instead of an EVA foam, which is not that bad, you could actually use a molded pulp. And molded pulp, I covered that in, I broke down the Apple iPhone box. And Apple used to use plastic in their packaging, but to get more sustainable and they're selling 40 million iPhones a year, they went with more of a molded pulp that's really biodegradable. And so the problem with molded pulp is you can't get that fine precision detail like they have here on their logo if you're using a secondary molded pulp material, or you're using like a lower grade material. But some of these pulps, honestly, like Apple does, it looks like plastic, but it's a pulp. And it's really highly recyclable. So you could do like a high grade molded pulp material to create the same look and feel and presentation, but make it much more sustainable. You could do a little bit more with a box, but all in all, this is a recycled product. It creates an appeal, right? It separates this product from this one just through packaging. Let me use another example that maybe is a bit more drastic to illustrate this point. So you look at like a pair of Nike shoes. Like when LeBron launches a shoe, or comes out with a new shoe, he doesn't get the shoe, and some of these influencers don't get the shoe in like the standard box that everyone else that's going to Foot Locker buys and get this like standard cardboard shoe box, right? LeBron is getting a shoe that is in this crazy experience, this crazy box that's like really over the top, but it's creating an unboxing experience that he's gonna show on his social media. And actually he did that with one of his shoes. It's using a crazy amount of plastic and using a lot of material in there, which is crazy, right? We can see it right here. But whether it be LeBron and a handful of maybe 100 other influencers, they're getting this special package. It invites others to share the experience online. It creates, again, that separation. So with packaging, whether you go here or here for your brand, or like a paper sleeve that you slip it in, when you do an elevated experience, it actually adds more value. You might be able to pay for the packaging itself, plus make another $6, $7, $8, $10, $20 by just packaging it differently. This brand, Rastaclat, they're successful. Like they wouldn't be doing this presentation if it didn't make them more money or further their cause, right? By growing as a brand, they're able to donate more money to their foundation. They're able to do more as a brand. They're able to make more money and hire more people. So I think in this case, again, they would just stick with this. I'm certain they would stick with this if it made more financial sense for their business, but because this is elevating this product, because it's letting them separate it and making them more money, that's why they're doing it, okay? So that's why you should consider doing a presentation like this. Now, something like this, the investment on something like this, the box itself like this and about this size, it'd be about 70 cents for something like this, 70, 75 cents. And now we're looking at the EVA foam that's inside, right? This is like a pretty nice high grade foam. This is gonna be another 30 cents. So 30, 35 cents. So we're just over $1 finished goods on this packaging. It's well worth that price when you consider everything that it can do to elevate your product, to create really just, even go on Amazon or your other website, look at all these presentations that they have. I like to pay attention to companies that are doing well. I like to take close attention and looking at brands in a similar space that I'm in. If I'm selling a bracelet, I'm thinking, okay, what are the top companies that are just really healthy right now and that are selling a lot of product? What are they doing and why are they doing it? And so I think this is an interesting sort of case study of like why they would go from this and they still sell this and this is all over the website and all in retail to this. Maybe it's both. Maybe you should do a little bit of low end, like a little pouch or something simple for your brand that's inexpensive. And then maybe you should create an elevated box for your jewelry and your packaging. So if you are into that kind of thing, creating a premium unboxing experience for your jewelry brand or any other company out there, definitely check us out at processag.com. We can have a conversation about leveling up your packaging, your branding, and your design. My name is Paul. This is the Masterminds of Packaging, and we will see you guys on the next one.